What's up, everybody? Gibby here, and I wanted to talk about how to pay for college or high school if you have to pay for that as well, because it's extremely important and really can mess up your entire life if you do it improperly. For example, I know some 30-year-old people who still have college loans, and it is killing them. Like, they have nothing, they can't use money for anything except for their payments on their loan and then other necessities for life. So I wanted to give you guys some tips on what I did and how I was able to eliminate my loans pretty quickly after college. It only took me about a year. So I was pretty lucky in that sense. But step one is plan ahead. So you know you're probably going to be going to college, or if you're in middle school going into high school, if you have to pay for that too, if you go to a private school, that's a different story. But get a job early. I was 16 years old when I got my first job, just got my driver's license, and I wanted extra money because I wanted to start paying for college. And so what I did is I got a job at Circuit City, which is like Best Buy or any other electronic store like that. They're no longer around anymore, but so what I did, I would work there 10, 15 hours a week. So I'd get a couple $100, every couple weeks, and I would save most of that, and I would use the other part of it for, random things, like going out with friends, like on Friday night, maybe go get ice cream, something like that. But getting some money to start right away and getting that saved is going to eliminate a lot. I was able to pay for my first year and a half of college through working 10 to 15 hours a week in high school, and didn't really cut into my personal time either, because if you find a job that's a good one for you, you'll learn a lot, but you'll also work hours that aren't bad. Like I was done working at 10 o'clock, so I'd still go out with my friends, so that was cool. But the next thing is scholarships. And like my parents know, I got a couple mini scholarships. Like the Elks Club, I believe, gave me like $1,000 for college. The American Legion, the local one by me, that also gave me like $1,000. So right there, that's like a quarter of your year that you just paid for. And you don't have to have phenomenal grades to do this, but what you have to do is you have to apply. You need to go out, find these things, and get out applications for these scholarships. And yeah, you will get rejected some, but if you get them, it'll save you a lot of time and money, and it's free money. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and everyone does it, so you might as well do it too. But other thing is grades. Grades do help. If you get 4.0 and you get a perfect score on your SAT and ACT, you're probably going to get a full scholarship. And at that point, then just don't fuck it up. But you just work hard, get good grades, and most of your school will be paid for. I wasn't fortunate enough to get a 4.0, but I did get some mini scholarships here and there for that, which does cover a lot of good things for you, and it certainly helps when you get done. Most people who are in extreme amounts of debt didn't do that. So work hard if you're still in high school. But staying within your budget is important too, and that is more the lines of not going to a college you can't afford. For example, in Wisconsin, there's a place called Carthage. It's down kind of by Kenosha, which is down by the border of Illinois, and that school is like $30,000 a year. I could have went there, sure, but did I really want to? Kind of, but it's so expensive. I would have been $120,000 in debt when I graduated, and I would have never gotten out of that hole. So I didn't go there. I went to a school that cost about, I think it was $10,000 a year. And, I mean, think about that. $40,000 versus $120,000. You're going to crawl out of that hole a lot quicker, and the education isn't that much different, to be completely honest. Some private schools will be a lot different, but for the most part, if you don't have to go to a private college, don't do it. Because it's way too expensive, and you're going to be way too in debt, and then if you don't graduate, then you're completely fucked. You have no option to get out. And then if you choose to go back to college somewhere else, then you're just be even more in debt, unless you get really lucky and invent something and become a millionaire. So keep that in mind. Private schools aren't always better. Also, if you don't have family support as financially, like if they're not giving you money for that, what you can do is file as an independent, I believe it's what it's called. But what it does is you are allowed to get financial aid then based off of your income. So obviously if you're a student, you don't get paid shit. So you can actually get financial aid that has like interest free for like a couple years if you do file for that. So if that is something along those lines that happens to you, I would talk with your financial advisor or the counselor at school, or whatever they're called. I don't remember what they're called now. Financial something. But they're all over, and they will be able to point you in that direction and help you actually file the paperwork. So that's definitely beneficial too. And then also, I kind of touched on this already, is loans. There's a thing called FAFSA, and what that does, it's like an interest-free loan until 9 months after you graduate from college. So as long as you're still going to school, your interest will not keep going. Yeah, your loans will keep getting bigger, but your interest will not start gaining until after that point, which is extremely important because if you know anything about interest rates, it starts to snowball. So maybe it's like $1,000 now. Next year it might be 1,100, and then it just keeps going up exponentially until it gets unmanageable. And that's what happens to a lot of people when they get a lot older. The money just racks up dramatically, and then they get completely screwed. So take a look at that, and it's also based on income too. So talk with your financial person. And then also living quarters. You don't need to live luxuriously in college. When you hook up with chicks, they don't give a shit if you live in a 5-star resort and you're paying $1,000 a month for rent. No one gives a shit about that. Like, never have I ever once got commented. I lived in the dumpiest places, and it doesn't matter because it's college. Everyone's drunk. Nothing else matters. So live within your budget, and it'll help pay off the loans in the future because you'll have more money to put down on the loan and the interest and all that stuff. But anyways, guys, hopefully that helps in some way. The video is getting close to wrapping up, and as you can see, I went pretty beast mode in this game. 31-6, not bad. But anyways, guys, hopefully this helps. Feel free to leave any comments, likes, send me a message, anything like that. I'm help if I can. But anyways, guys, I appreciate it as usual, and have a good one.